Hi, it's Katie from Easy Communications again. This time I'm here to discuss the Motorola digital portable radios that are going to be replacing the existing analog radios. These radios are a full colour display and full keyboard in a portable package. Although the new Motorola radios look more complicated than the mobile radios installed in the Curragh vehicle fleet, their function is very similar. One of the major differences is the amount of output RF power delivered to the antenna. In-vehicle radios deliver up to 25 watts. These portables deliver 5 watts, more than enough for most calls. All the portable radios supplied to Curragh have been provided with the remote speaker microphone and belt clip. This allows the user to clip the radio onto their belt and clip the speaker onto their shirt collar or pocket. A quick tour around the radio finds the volume and channel selector knobs on the top just near the antenna. On the top front is the status LED that changes colour based on the status of the radio. Just to the right of the status LED on the top of the radio is the bright orange emergency button. On the left hand side of it is the PTT button and several other buttons that have not been configured at this time. On the right hand side of the radio is the connector for the remote speaker microphone. When connecting a remote speaker mic, please ensure the connectors are clean and free from moisture. Powering on the radio is simply a matter of rotating the volume knob on the top left hand side of the radio from its full counterclockwise or off position. The display on the front panel will indicate a bar graph of the volume setting selected. These radios are equipped with very advanced audio electronics that allow operation in noisy environments, automatically compensating volume for the listener and filtering unwanted noise from the talker. During power up, the volume flashes a green LED on top of the radio and sounds a brief tone to indicate a successful power up test sequence. Unlike the vehicle radios, these radios do not play a tone to indicate volume. Rather, they have a bar graph that is activated on the display that indicates the volume level selected. Simply turn the knob clockwise to increase volume and anti-clockwise to decrease volume. The display indicates the volume selected from minimum to maximum. The company has purchased simple speaker mics. However, there are a large range of advanced headsets with noise-cancelling boom mics for very noisy environments if required. Immediately to the right of the volume knob on the top of the radio is the channel selection knob. The selected channel is indicated on the radio display. It can be announced when the channel is changed or when the radio is powered up if voice announcement is selected on. The channel knob is endless. This means when it gets to the end of its list, it will start again at the beginning of the channel list in the selected zone. Immediately to the right of the channel selection knob is the antenna. The antenna has electronic components inside and is not to be removed except for when the radio is turned off. The LED on the top of the radio indicates the status in much the same way as the LEDs on the front panel of the mobile vehicle radios. A flashing red LED indicates low battery voltage or the radio is receiving an emergency alarm. A flashing yellow LED indicates the radio is scanning or has attempted to make a private call to another radio that is currently busy. A solid yellow LED indicates the radio has entered permanent monitor or has received a private call request, or the radio is in monitoring activity, or the radio has approximately 50% of its battery capacity left. A solid green LED indicates the radio is transmitting or has full battery capacity. A flashing green LED indicates the radio is receiving a call or powering up. The press to talk button enables two simple functions of the radio. To speak, press the PTT button. To listen, release the PTT button. In digital mode, the radio will play a tone when the radio has successfully negotiated access to a talk group. Wait until the end of this tone and then continue with your call. The P2 button, directly under the display on the top right hand side of the keypad, allows selection of radio channel zones. Radio channel zones. Zone 1 is digital for the new system. Zone 2 is analog for the existing Curragh radio system. Press the P2 button to enter the zone selection menu. Then use the scroll buttons in the center of the keypad to select the zone on the display you intend to operate in. Then select the menu OK button on the bottom left-hand side of the keypad to enter your selection. Zone 1 is digital, comprising channels 1 to 36. Zone 2 is configured for the existing Curragh analogue channels, channel numbers 37 to 54. In the table, there is a 2-digit representation of the channels the radio can be tuned to. This radio allows presentation of text associated with the selected channel and allows identification of calling radios. It also allows private calls. From the table, channel 44 is dragline 303 in the Curragh analogue, radio zone 2. Channel 36 is rescue 2 in Curragh digital, zone 1. All Curragh radios are configured with these channels and zones. The P1 button is also used to turn the channel voice announcements on and off. A short press of 1/10 of a second toggles the channel voice announcements on and off. The orange button on the top of the radio is the emergency button. It is configured but not used by the mine at this time. Emergency is activated by pressing the orange button for more than 1.5 seconds and is deactivated by a short press of less than 1/10 of a second.